Hi guys, Richard here. I don't usually do these kinds of videos, but you know, Flex Seal is a super popular product, and every test on the market that there has been for it has been done. I don't know that someone has painted a guitar with it though. I'm just kind of interested to see what would happen. I know it's a rubberized coating, but it does cure and get a little supposedly tougher than most of those types of coatings. So I have this guitar, this gray Ibanez Geo. You know, don't want to waste a good guitar. Hey Percy, my cat's hanging out. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what would happen if we painted it with Flex Seal. So the question posed is, can you paint a guitar with Flex Seal? Of course you can. You can paint anything with anything, just about, if you know how to apply the coating and prep your surface. So I think the real question we're looking for is, can you paint a guitar with Flex Seal and have it last? Is it durable? So I think what we'll do, I'll take this guitar, I'll take it apart, I'll sand it, but I'll sand it a little rougher than I normally would. I'll probably do about 320, maybe 400 at the most, because I want that Flex Seal to really bite into the surface, because I know Flex Seal is super thick. So I want to do that and really coat it on the surface. And then my band Marvin, I think we'll have like a practice or a show maybe, and I'll have my guitarist play this guitar at the show and see if it holds up. And if it does, if it's durable enough to handle that, you know, sweaty strumming over about a 3-hour period, then we know it's durable. My predictions, I predict it's going to come off all on his arm and be gross. But to get to that point, we have to paint it first. And I have black Flex Seal right here. And it says it takes a 48-hour period to cure, and you have to wait 24 hours before you recoat. So you put your main coat on, and then I guess you recoat later. So what I'll do is we'll paint this black, and then I have some red Flex Seal coming in the mail, and I'll do a couple stripes on it to make the paint job a little more interesting, and to see if the difference in layers makes any difference to how well it holds up and bonds. I know it's kind of a silly thing to do, but I think it's, you know, in the name of science and guitar and fun, it should be pretty neat. So let's get this thing apart and get going.
Trust in you, I let myself do. You lifted me up and threw me back down. Dead to me, you're dead to me. You're dead to me, you're dead to me, die. Here it comes again, like the liquid thread, straight to my brain, I'm a social state. Social state! Social state! Social state!
Alright, so I realized there was a pretty severe chunk of damage here, and I want to address that before we paint this thing, because I would not be able to put in a new string peg. So what we're going to do is slowly drill out the hole to fit this larger plug I made to fit in there, and then anything else we should be able to fill with wood filler. There'll probably be just a little bit there left over, but that'll make a nice strong anchor. So you may ask, why go with such a big plug? It's because we want to have the curve of the new piece wider than the crack that ripped out here, wider than that gouge, because that way it'll be pulling on good wood instead of just our filler, and it will be stronger. At least that's what we hope anyway. Okay, now I can tap and glue that in. Okay, once that dries, we can just sand that off, and we'll fill in around the edges, probably with a couple toothpicks actually, and then we'll be good to go for painting the guitar. Okay, slight change of venue. We're out here on the front porch, gonna get working on our sanding and hopefully spraying. But I have like 20 minutes before I have to go to work. I really want to get this first layer on, so I don't have much time. So I'm doing this in a hurry. We've got our hole filled and smoothed over, very nice. We've got our chunk that broke out randomly glued back in. And I've already gotten started sanding these inner bouts. I'm doing 220. If I feel like that's too rough, I'll go up to 320. But I gotta get to work, so let's do this.
Something's got my ankle and wants me to die. I'm drowning.
Normally when painting guitars, I'll go 600 or so between any kind of coats. The spray for Flex Seal is so thick that I need a good hard surface to bite on. So deeper gouges. Alright, I'll bring y'all back when this is done. Alright, I got my horrendously sanded body here. Got all the dust blasted off, now I'm cleaning it up. You'll see there's plenty of marks on the body from damage. And I'm hoping the Flex Seal is going to fill in. Normally, when painting an instrument, every one of these little notches would be filled in before I did anything else. Well, filled in right before I put the primer on. But in this case, Flex Seal is so thick, I don't think I'm going to need to worry about them. So I've never sprayed with Flex Seal before. It says to do several even coats until whatever gaps we're filling are filled. I can see just by that quick test, this quick spray, that it very orange peely immediately. So that should be fun. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Never sprayed something this thick onto a guitar. This is crazy. This is just massively thick. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera in so you guys can see just how lumpy and thick this stuff is. It's absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, I have to get out of here. I gotta go to work. This stuff says it's supposed to dry for 24 hours before you can recoat. This is so thick, I'm not gonna need to recoat the black. I think that's good. I am going to put some red stripes on here just to make it a little more decorative. But yeah, this is freaking wild. So I decided, since you don't see these types of axes every day, these type of Flex Seal axes, that I would go ahead and do something a little bit more interesting, I think anyway, than just Flex Seal. So that's what I'm doing. Going back to the 80s, gonna try to do a rising sun type of design. That was really popular back then. Probably making these too wide though, but we'll see.
Social stand. Social stand. Social stand. Here it comes again, my liquid thread, straight to my brain. I'm a social stain.
So I've been thinking about this a lot, and if I don't peel this off while it's still wet, I very much believe I will rip the design, because this stuff is stretchy. So that's going to be tough. But let's do it. Let's try. Here we go. Okay, so I'm kicking myself for not just doing racing stripes as I originally planned. This little weird chunk is under a screw hole. It's on a screw hole, so I think that will be hidden, obviously. But yeah, the tape, it acted just as I predicted. As it was drying and I was trying to get it off, it ripped more and more as it dried more and more. Sorry, I know that's hard to see. But yeah, so we learned something today, and that's the whole point. You know, if we don't succeed, at least we learned something, right? And we learned that Flex Seal does not lend itself to masking. I think it'll be a neat looking guitar for about the 5 minutes it lasts before it rips apart, but this is definitely an experiment. At least an exercise, and futility is still an exercise, right? So anyway, that'll be kind of neat, but not what I was hoping for. Alright guys, we've got our Flex Seal guitar completed. It's definitely been an interesting journey, and I just want to point out I've had no disillusions or delusions about this stuff lasting, and the durability is of course the biggest question. I have learned a couple things along the way. Obviously it's a softer finish, obviously, and I say obviously twice because I know there's going to be some hate comments about using Flex Seal to do this. It was just a sort of experiment, just a quirky thing to try. Just wanted to do something a little bit different, you know. I had no plans on making this a permanent finish. As a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain the first day we jam on it, it's going to all come off. That's why I'm not playing it right now. But a couple things I've learned. One, this stuff collects hair. Out of nowhere I'll see a hair that has appeared on the finish and I'll have to try to get it out. There's some there actually. Number two, super soft. When I was putting the neck on, there's a spot on the back of the neck where just holding my thumb to it to screw the neck on left an imprint and started to take some of the paint off. So yeah. Number three, this stuff does not lend itself to masking at all. You guys saw me trying to get the tape off. There's some clean edges where when it first came off, but as it started to settle a little bit and dry, of course, we got goopy, messy edges, which I can still push down. I can push down these edges. So it really is like painting your guitar with rubber, but I guess we kind of all knew that. I think what we're going to do is, since I don't really feel confident in playing it right now, is give it the full week to cure. So we're going to do another video when my band gets together on Sunday, and we're going to see, I'm going to give it its best chance to cure all the way up till Sunday. It's currently Tuesday. That should let it get as much strength as it can, and then we'll see how long it lasts. You know, maybe we'll play a song and review the finish, play a song, review the finish. I'll do like a 6 or 7 minute video showing how easy this stuff is to come off, or maybe it will surprise us. Maybe at that point it will feel more durable. At this point, the black's been on it for about 2 days, the red's been on it for about a day. There's a difference I can feel, and it may just be because this is thicker here, but the red is a little bit softer, so it does feel like that the black is, or the Flex Seal will tighten up a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of a fun experiment, you know. Flex Seal is obviously not paint. It's not what it's meant for. But I think we came up with a fun design, and it was a good time playing with it. It dries quick enough that you can, you know, unlike regular paint for guitar, you can sort of move on to the next step rather quickly as long as you aren't setting it down on anything. So you have to be careful about that. But yeah, as far as anything else, our little horn fix is invisible, so that's good. But let me know what you guys think. I kind of like this design. I think I would like to do it better in actual guitar paint. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I had a lot of fun playing around with some Flex Seal, and if you have any comments or suggestions or things you might do with Flex Seal, or any crazy ideas about guitar work or painting, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.